What's up, ladies and gentlemen? That's my poetry. People don't like to support you, but they always find a way to argue with you. That's all they do on the internet is argue, 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 argue. Especially when a person got something to sell, they argue with them. Then they get mad at them, and that gives them a reason not to buy their products. Those are my books. They're thought provoking, they're enlightening, they're education, and they're comical. Get a copy. My book is only listen. You get a signed copy of my book, 1498. 1498. 1498. People bug me out about Trump. Most people get the fighters first, then they get the venue. He had to always give your followers big dreams, dreams that are unimaginable. Always create a monster, always create a us against them mentality, and you never reveal your source of income. Donald Trump fit all five of those. Donald King fit all five of those. Most pastors fit all five of those. I think it's six. I forgot what the sixth one is, but I know it's five. Always be well dressed and sort of provocative. Always give your followers big dreams. Dreams that are unimaginable. What's an unimaginable dream? Telling you that you're going to live forever. And the shit is so stupid. And the shit is like, I know Christians that are dead. But then you're going to tell me that they're alive in heaven. So what was the point of dying? And how did they get to heaven? How high is heaven? How high is heaven? You can see the sun, the moon, the stars, but you can't see no heaven. That's a fucking bullshit lie. You're gonna trust in God and you're gonna live forever? Who you know that came back from the dead and tell you what it was like in heaven? You know somebody that died and went to heaven and came back? Who? That's why it's a lie. And you guys got brains and don't use them, but you're so emotionally connected to the shit that people tell you. That's how women do shit. They be so emotionally connected to they lie that they don't want to just wake up and realize this shit is a lie. That's why I be loving girls that don't believe in that Christian religious Muslim Hebrew Israelite Jewish shit. Bullshit. They don't believe in that. But back to what I was saying, like you going to trust in God, you're gonna live forever. Uh Always create a us against them mentality. That's what Donald Trump does. Us against the Democrats. Us against the Democrats. Us against the what do they call the people? The Mexicans. Us against the Mexicans. Us against the American invasion. He is always us against them. So he keeps the decision of himself. Always give follow big dreams. Never reveal your source of income. Uh, that's basically it. All cults follow. All cults, all religions, and the thing about black people is we keep arguing. We're so divided. We keep arguing about who's a more, who's the easy term to keep black people divided. They use words like brown people, people of color, multicultural, ethnic, diversity. They use all these terms. Like I said, slavery in America was very specific. It was done to black people and black people only. Some say it was the serfs, but those were serfs. It didn't last a lifetime. Slavery didn't last a lifetime, and he wasn't born a serf. He was born a slave in America. Like I'm saying, it was very specific. It was black people and black people only. That was 400 years of planned ignorance. It was against the law to learn. 400 years of planned ignorance. Jim Crow segregated. What else? Poverty, everything that was perfectly put on black people. It wasn't put on nobody else. But now that we live in these times, everybody else trying to jump on black people bandwagon, and they use all these terms to confuse people. They use terms like multicultural, ethnic. People saying black people can't do that. I can't talk and lynch like their ancestors was lynched and robbed and murdered and raped. It may happen in their country, it didn't happen in America, and that's why it's disingenuous that they go through their troubles in their country, but then they come to this country and they skip in front of black people, and they skip in front of black people with their issues by using terms like people of color. People of color can be anybody because all people got melanin. Some people just have more than others, so people of color can be anybody. Multicultural can be anybody. Diversity can be anybody. Ethnic can be anybody. They use the same terms they wrote the Constitution. They said those in servitude. those in servitude, or those in bondage. They did everything possible to make it seem like slavery never existed. Those in bondage, those in servitude, those with broken souls, all people, we the people. Who is all people and we the people? I could be. That's not specific because black people was even considered human. It was considered three-fifths of a man. So, like I said, it was everything that was done to black people was very specific. And then when it comes time to correct those issues, everybody else jump on the bandwagon and use these jaded and ambiguous terms: multicultural, ethnic, people of color, uh, diversity, all these terms. I forgot what I got in the car to talk about. Oh, being in jail. Like I said, that shit ain't no fucking fun. And it's like conditioning because most high schools in the hood look like jails. They got the guards. They got them. They got them brick walls. You gotta go through a metal detector. It's a form of conditioning, and that's why they make. See, jail is bad, but they don't make it so bad that you wouldn't mind going back again just to save face, to prove this, to say I've been to jail such and such times. It's the worst place because the COs say shit. That's why I'm understanding like guys that be claiming they're thugs and shit. The COs say shut the fuck up. In the medium, I don't know how it is in a max, but like when I was in the medium, everybody be like, yo, I'd rather be in a max. I'd rather be in a max. I'd be going myself in a max. I don't want to say to myself, I be saying to them, shut the fuck up. I don't want to be here. You be around a bunch of dummies. Some guys in jail be so fucking dumb. Dumb. And they swear they be doing shit. Fucking tuna fish sandwich making ass niggas. I hated that shit. I can't play this on. They might not play this video now. I said the N word. But yeah, I mean, it's the worst. And then some guys brag, yo, this ain't my first bid. This my third bid. And you guys, it's like they be right at home. I was there with one guy. He was from Mount Vernon. His clothes was at the prison as soon as he got there. I don't know how he did it, but not like all his street clothes. You get to wear street clothes. You know, like sweats and stuff. Long as it's in the home away from home for him. He was a diva. I used to call them divas. That's what they act like divas because they always got a. It's a bunch of men up here. He was from Buffalo. It was my first time, and I wasn't doing it. It was immediate. A little late, right? Damn. You guys have been. I couldn't wait to get the fuck from around them guys. Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up? Who out there? Who out there? What's up, y'all? Who out there? Ain't got but two people out there. What's up, man? Y'all come see me, man. Come see me. Oh shit, what the fuck I do? Oh, sorry. Like always, I be trying to plug my book because this is how I make a living. I'm not leaving, so get out. Agitation gets the dirt out. That's because I don't know it all, but I might see something to agitate you, and that'll get the dirt out. And then I got corner stores in the middle of the block. That's where Mecca sits right next door to a methadone clinic. And I got Don't Beat Your Children or They'll Turn Out Like Me. And then I got Pretty Ugly, a Harlem Situation. Let me cut the call. I was going to go. Cállate la boca. Cállate la boca. Yeah, I was ready to go, but like I was saying, man, I don't know why people think that shit is so cool. They think that shit is cool. That shit is not cool. That shit is not cool at all. And then, some people get hooked on medicine up there, and you gotta understand, like, you might be going up there, and you might like have but 2 years, 2 to 3 years, get into a fight, kill somebody, cut him real bad. Then you got more time up there. That's another 10 years. Then you supposed to be coming home, and I've heard guys tell me, they say, yo, I'll be out there, getting ready to walk out. I walk out the gate, and as soon as I walk out the gate, the cops are waiting for you to arrest you for something that you did a while, that you got away with, that you thought you got away with. So that means you got to turn around and go right back, and then not only that, you guys got to go to court. So if you go to court, then that means you got to get on that bus, drive all the way back to the city. Then you gotta stay downstairs in the tombs for about 8 hours in the dungeon. You stay downstairs for 8 hours, and then you be in the tombs. Boy, I remember we went, like sometimes we would go to court, and man, you be down there for like 8 hours, sleeping on the floor. and it'd be crowded as fuck. It'd be crowded as fuck. Breadcrumbs, cereal all over the place. And some guys like when you go to court because they get to get the cheese. Because they give you like cheese sandwiches. And they be like, yo, you want your sandwich? You want your sandwich? You want your sandwich? And they don't want the bread. They just take the cheese. Take all the cheese. Then when they get back on the bus to go back upstate, they be having like a handful of cheese. Like a pack full of cheese that they done got from all the sandwiches. Like I said, man, you be on there. Like I remember and when you go to court, you gotta get up early in the morning. Early in the morning, you gotta get up at 5 in the morning. Then you gotta go downstairs. You gotta get handcuffed. Go downstairs. No, wait. You gotta go downstairs, and you gotta get in the cage. I think it is, and then they handcuff you in the cage. Then they take you out, and you gotta stand in line and get handcuffed. Then you gotta get on the bus handcuffed. Then you gotta start picking people up handcuffed. You gotta stop at the different holding. You gotta stop at the Brooklyn House of Detention, Rikers Island. You gotta stop at that shit is no fun, man. That shit just makes you feel like an animal. I don't know how somebody could think that shit is cool. Then you gotta get on the bus, go to the Bronx, wherever your case is at. You gotta sit in. I remember sometimes we would sit in a tunnel on the bus, handcuffed, with your hands behind the back for like 2 hours in the dark, with the engine running in the dark. But I've learned they do that to break your. They do that to break your spirit. Because if you got to do that, imagine you do that once a month. I mean, every 6 months you doing it. Every 4 months you doing that shit. They do that shit to break your spirit. So you just take a plea deal and stop fighting it. But like I said, if you set your mind straight and know what you're going through, then you can sit there and take that. And if you know you're innocent, then you'll fight it. It might take 3 years. You might be in jail for 4 or 5 years just fighting the case, just to be found innocent. But you can't get your time back. You can't get no money for that or nothing. It's man. But just think, if you was wealthy, you wouldn't have to go through none of that. Because you could sit home while your lawyers fight all that shit for you. While your lawyers fight, you sitting home. The only time you got to do all that is go to court. And just think, when you're wealthy or got money, you come through the main doors in the court. But if you don't have money, you down in the prison cell with everybody else, and you got to go through what everybody else is going through. But if you got money, you ain't got to go through that. Except for like when they did Bill Cosby. I don't know if they gave Bill Cosby bail or Michael Jackson. But if you could afford bail, then you could go home, take showers and everything. But that going to court shit is whack, boy. Man, it's the worst. You go through all them jails in the city, boy, and it'd be dark. I think the windows be fucked up. You be in that cage. That's why I hate that song by Rihanna. I hate that fucking song. Cause it was this mook. He was handcuffed up in front of me, and he was singing that shit. That wow wow wow. He was trying to sound like a girl, but he couldn't sound like a girl because he had a deep voice. Wow 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 wow. I hate that fucking song. I hate that. That shit stayed in my head for the fucking longest. Yeah, when you in the house of detention, you be around them guys in the county jails. That shit is the fucking worst, boy. Yep. I forgot what I was gonna talk about, man. What was I gonna talk about? What y'all want to talk about? Give me something to talk about real quick before I go, before I pull off. And like always, man, once I get my book, like always, I'm doing the same thing commercials do. Commercials come on every 15, 20 minutes. Every 10 minutes, and they be trying to sell you something. But you don't know that because you've been conditioned to look at them. Irish Spring. And you ever notice the commercial that comes on correlates with the show you watching? You ever notice that? Like if you're watching something, if you're watching boxing, then beer come on. Beer, potato chips, sandwich kind of commercials. Sandwich meat comes on. But if you're watching a show about whatever kind of commercial, you watching like man shows, shampoo and soap commercials come on. You watching a woman's show, feminine products come on. dye and like hair dye and shit like that come on. Like commercials don't just come on randomly. They come on to correlate with what you're watching because they know like if you might be looking for that. You might be thinking it's a coincidence, but it's not a coincidence. It's properly planned. Like I'm saying, these are my books. Agitation Gets the Dirt Out. And I sell my books. You order them, and I send them shits right out. You guys don't realize the importance of what I do. This is my story. This is why see, people be getting mad at the shit they teach you in public schools. If you don't, you gotta understand, public schools do what they were designed to do. They're designed to give your child a mediocre education so they can go out and get a job. They don't teach your children to be self-sufficient and to become an employer or a boss. And you guys get mad at what they teach at these schools. Take your kids out. If you can't take your kids out, then you teach them when they come home. And if you can't do that, then stop complaining. Stop fucking complaining. These schools do what they're designed to do. They're designed to give your child a mediocre education. That's what they're for. That's what they're for. And you know, if you don't like it, then take them out and homeschool them. That's what they're for. That's what they're for. And you know, if you don't like it, then take them out and homeschool them. But that's what the middle of the block. It's my poetry. And my books are selling for $14 middle of the block. It's my poetry. And my books are selling for $14.98. Get a copy, man. All right. Let me see what y'all saying. Don't laugh. I gotta put on my glasses. I'm around the corner from where I usually be selling my book, but I feel like being out there today. Plus it's drizzling and the wind keep blowing. So I started trying to sell some books online. More likes. More likes. More likes. Oh, they telling me I need some more likes. Where the fuck I'm gonna get some more likes from? I don't know this shit. Mirror your video. I ain't doing that. Enhanced effects. Voice effects. Oh man. I can talk. And it makes me sound like.
Hello everybody, how you doing? It makes me sound like a wolf man.
I don't sound like Michael Jackson. Sorry about that, y'all. Let me turn this shit off. I ain't doing that. What's going on? Who out there? Who out there? Who out there? What's up, yo? What y'all want to talk about? Boxing? Y'all want to talk about boxing? Y'all want to talk about politics? Y'all want to talk about Don King? Y'all want to talk about... I don't know. I just was sitting in my car. Just sitting and chilling. I came downtown. Today is Monday. I usually don't hustle my books. I usually hustle my books Tuesday. It's like I'm in a barber shop or some shit like that. I was going to go to the gym, but I don't want to start going to the gym and the shit don't be open on Fridays. I never seen no shit like that. You got a gym and it's open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And it's not open on Friday. What type of shit is that? But yeah, that's what I was talking about. I know as soon as I hang up, it's going to come to my mind what I want to talk about. But I think that's basically what I wanted to talk about. Somebody wanted to know about, like that, I don't like talking about it because I don't want to make it seem like I'm glorifying it because that shit is not fun. That shit ain't fun at all. You know, that shit is not fun. I'm glad I'm a stand-up guy, you know, because they, you know, you got guys that try to fill you out and see if they can, you know, be, you know, boss you around and shit like that. Nah, I'd rather die than have somebody boss me around. I'd rather get beat up. I'd rather get killed than have somebody boss me around. I ain't gonna let nobody boss me around. Yeah, it's raining. I'd rather get beat up, get killed, than have somebody bossing me around. Fuck that. I ain't gonna be nobody's son. Nobody's son. Let me see what time it is, yo. Let me see, I gotta put my glasses on. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. What else I wanted to talk about? I was talking about beating kids. I was talking about being locked up. I was talking about selling my book. I went some stories about me selling my book. Okay. One day I was selling my book in the Bronx. I was married at the time. And I remember I had an argument with my wife. We had an argument at the time. It wasn't a real argument, not a heated argument. I just don't understand how people got a brain and don't use it. And I was upset with her about something. So then, as soon as I go on the platform, as soon as I leave the house, I get on the platform, subway platform on the D line on Kingsbridge. This young dude gonna walk up to me like, "Yo, mister, you got $2?" I was like, "Get the fuck out of my face." I said, "Get the fuck out of my face." He walked off, got mad, and then he started coming back towards me. But then the train came. I jumped on the train. He jumped on behind me. I jumped off the train and got on another car. He jumped off and got on another car. I said, "All right, bet." So as soon as the train moves, I jumped off and got off and got on another car. He jumped off and got off on another car right behind me. So I just dropped my bags and punched him in the face, and we started fighting. We fought from Kingsbridge all the way to what is it, Tremont Avenue, I think it is. I mean, it's shit like this. Like, well, who am I? Why do I have to give him my money? Any other time, if I wasn't upset, I probably would have handled it a different way. But I was like, get the fuck out my face. When you living in New York, man, as soon as you come out your door, people bugging you. Like you supposed to take care of them, and I don't like that. Yeah, so when the train stopped, he jumped off and ran up the stairs, ran up Fordham Road. I remember I was dressed up too, man. My clothes I got all ripped up and shit. So I had to just walk over to the other platform and go back upstairs. I was burnt, man. I was burnt. Then one time I got on the train. I was on a 2 train. It was a brother and sister. I was trying to sell my book. And then I walked by and the girl was like, "Don't nobody want to read that bullshit?" I was like, "Fuck you." And her brother jumped up. I guess it was her brother or her boyfriend, big dude. He's like, "I'll take your books." He snatched one of the books out of my hand. So I was like, "Bet." I dropped the books down and we just started going at it. Me, and they jumped me. Me, him, and his sister, we was going at it. I did everything on that. I headbutted him. I bit him. Only thing I didn't do is I didn't stick my finger in his eye like I had forgot to. I meant to stick my finger in his eye. Train stopped. I was like, "Get off. Get off and let's finish." They didn't want to get off. And then the funny thing is, like, if you look at that, was around the same time James Brown died. Because I was out in front of the Apollo selling my books. And you could see on my forehead, I had like a cut. Because I had headbutted him. We was going at it. I said, pow! Right in his mouth. Yep. I don't know. People jump. They just do shit. They see me doing my thing. I'm an old man. And I'm just trying to make a living. They want to snap on me like I'm not going to say nothing back. So. Yep. I think that's the only 2 times I got into it on the train. No, then another time, we was going to get close to fighting. But the guy, I was like, I ain't feel like fighting. What happened was, I was coming up the platform. I was coming up the stairs on 125th Street and 5th. I'm coming up the stairs, and this guy's coming down the stairs with a bike. He coming downstairs with a bike, and I ain't moved. He went around me. So then he had a sandwich or something. He was like, "Man," he said something I don't know. And he threw a sandwich at me. The bag hit me. So I took the bag and threw it back down the stairs. He came running up the stairs, and he was with another guy. So the guy watched his bike while me and him was upstairs. And his sister, girlfriend, or whatever, she was right there. And I had my CDs in my hand. And I dropped the CD, and she kicked it. I was like, all right. She kicked it. So, he said, I forgot what he said. I was like, "Man, whatever, man." I walked off. And then that time I got in trouble, that was like, that was that same month where I got in trouble. I was like, "Fuck this, I ain't taking this shit." Yeah, people see me selling my books and shit. They, I guess they think I'm a goody or something. I don't know. Yep, but it is what it is, yo. See? Keep America great. So it's make America great and keep America great. Damn, this phone is hot. Shit is hot. I have to put this phone in the refrigerator. Let me see. Go live. I ain't going live with nobody. Yo, I don't be knowing how to work this phone. Like, what's all this shit? 2 days, 9 hours. I don't know what this shit is for. I see something else up here. What's this shit mean? That's somebody I can go live with. I'm not doing all that shit. You see you look like out there? I should go back out here. It's still right now. I'm going back. You guys know how to make some money online. Let me know.